I want to take you for a little trip through TT history. Here you have the modern motorcycle, Bruce Anstey from TT 2011 with the Suzuki. We move up through the years, and as you can see, the aero just seems to get incredibly less efficient. Look at the amount of wind that be going in your face from that bike to that bike. And then to this bike, there's absolutely no aero. No aero. That's like a naked bike. So no aero on that bike. That is an old timer, that. The mid-1950s that bike was in. Now I'm going to take you back to a true blast from the past. If you come over here, we're going about 100 years back now, are we? So look at this. This is the early TT races. So the first TT race was in 1907, and the bikes were sort of kind of like that, apart from they had the motor power, but you also pedalled. I think they're called mopeds. That were the motorbikes you used back in the day. But anyway, here we are. We've got the goggles, which they used back in the past. And that has an old number plate from a 1914 TT. In 1914. And that is an old helmet. It doesn't even look like a helmet. That looks like a World War I helmet for a bloomin' soldier, not for the TT, eh? Now, one of the greatest TT riders in history is Mike Hailwood. He won 14 TT races, but arguably I would say the most impressive of those TT wins was in 1979 when he returned to the TT after 11 years away and immediately won again. What a man. Now this type of bike hasn't been used for a good few years. 2019, the last time it used to be exact. So in 2010, they started the TT0, which means it's a fully electric TT race, but they only did one lap, and to be honest, half of the bike's cut off, so it wasn't very good. However, at least some steps towards the environment. The TT0 was experimented with, and of course John McGuinness picked up a few wins in that category, so good on him, good on him. And you've got Guy Martin over there, not quite got to his level of sideburns yet, but you know, might get there one day. Great racetracks come with consequences, and the TT is the biggest example of that. It's the greatest race in history. However, it comes with a cost. Over 200 lives has been lost since 1907, but the reward is immense. Not money, but victory.